Dear children, welcome back to our new session. Then, good morning to all. Here, our next lesson is explaining about some great mysteries. Okay, can you resolve these great mysteries? Firstly, I am reading this. All of you listen carefully. These lines are enormous drawings on the ground known as geoglyphs. They are located in the Nazca Desert in southern Peru. They are stretched more than 80 km between the towns of Nazca and Palpa. They show more than 300 geometric patterns, spirals, and animals. These lines are so vast that they can only be seen from a height of about 300 meters. These lines were drawn between 300 BC and AD 800. No one knows why these pictures or lines were made and how are they so precise. If the makers had no means to view them from the sky. Here is explaining about some art. Which kind of art? Yes, here is. These lines are enormous drawings on the ground known as geoglyphs. Some designs, some large designs on rocks or earth or some other place more than the length 4 meters. These type of drawings are called geoglyphs. Okay, they are located in the Nazca Desert in southern Peru. They are stretched more than 80 km between the towns of Nazca and Palpa. Yes, this type of geoglyphs are located in Nazca Desert. Okay, and these geoglyphs are stretched more than 80 kilometers in between the towns of Nazca and Palpa. They show more than 300 geometric patterns, spirals, and animals. What are the designs? Here they show more than 300 geometric patterns, spirals, then animals. These lines are so vast that they can only be seen from a height of about 300 meters. These lines were drawn between 300 BC and AD 800. No one knows why these pictures or lines were made and how are they so precise. If their makers had no means to view them from the sky. What is saying? These lines were drawn between 300 BC and 800 AD. Okay, and this says no one knows why these pictures or lines were made and how they so precise. If their makers had no means, they had no means to view them from the sky, then how they got this idea? Nobody knows. Okay. And the next is this one is the Nazca lines. Okay. Nazca lines. And the second is Easter Island. It is one of the most isolated islands in the world. It lies in the South Pacific between Chile and Tahiti. It has long been famous for its monolithic stone statues in human form. They are 3 to 12 meters high. They were probably erected between AD 1000 to AD 1600. It is one of the most isolated islands in the world. It lies where it is lying. It lies in the South Pacific between Chile and Tahiti. Then, what's its feature? It has long been famous for its monolithic stone statues, that is made by a single stone, that is monolithic stone statues in human form. They are 3 to 12 meters high. They were probably erected between AD 1000 and AD 1600. Understood? In this Easter Islands, that is in South Pacific Ocean, South Pacific Ocean and Chile, South Pacific between Chile and Tahiti. In South Pacific, in between Chile and Tahiti, and that is famous for the monolithic stone statues in human form. Okay, it has 3 to 12 height and made by a single stone. Okay, then the third is Yeti. What is Yeti? Let us look. He is also known as abominable snowman. He is believed to live in the Himalayan mountains. People say this legendary creature measures up to 1.4 meter in height and is covered with long brown hair. He is reported to have walked upright like human beings. Famous mountains including Sir Edmund Hillary and Sherpa Tenzing, Norway, claimed to have seen his mysterious footprints in the snow. This Yeti is also known as abominable snowman. He is believed to live in the Himalayan mountains. People say this legendary creature, what's the abominable snowman? Large, hairy creature. That is abominable snowman. This legendary creature measures up to 1.4 meter in height and is covered with long brown hair. He is reported to have walked upright like human beings. Okay, ഇങ്ങനെ എഴുന്നേറ്റ് മനുഷ്യർ നടക്കുന്നത് പോലെ. They can walk. Okay, famous mountaineers including Sir Edmund Hillary and Sherpa Tenzing Norway. Sherpa Tenzing Norway claimed to have seen his mysterious footprints in the snow. എന്താ പറയുന്നത്? യെസ്, അവരുടെ ഫുട്പ്രിൻസ്, കാൽപ്പാടുകൾ മഞ്ഞിൽ കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ട് എന്ന്, പതിഞ്ഞത് കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ട് എന്ന്. ആരുടെ? ദിസ് abominable snowman is also called Yeti. Okay, that is like bear or human with covered hair. Okay, ഒരു കരടിയെ പോലെ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു മനുഷ്യനെ പോലെ, പക്ഷേ they can walk like human beings. Okay, and the next is Bermuda Triangle. What is Bermuda Triangle? Where is it? It's an area of the Atlantic Ocean It is famous for being the supposed site of many unexplained disappearances. It began to draw attention in 1945 when Flight 19, which was on the training mission of 5 US bombers, vanished off the Florida coast. A plane sent to find them also disappeared. Over 100 boats and aircrafts have been lost by now. No exact explanation has been given to these disappearances till date. What is the peculiarities of this Bermuda Triangle? That's an area of the Atlantic Ocean. It is famous for being the supposed site of many unexplained disappearances. Means വിശദീകരിക്കാൻ പറ്റാത്ത ഡിസപ്പിയറൻസ്, കാണാതെ ആവൽ അല്ലേ? ഓക്കെ, എന്തോ ഒരു അജ്ഞാതമായ റീസൺ. ഓക്കെ, it began to draw attention in 1945 when Flight 19, which was on a training mission. In 1945, the Flight 19 disappeared. അപ്പോൾ അന്ന് മുതലാണ് ഫ്രം ദിസ് 1945 it began to draw attention, okay, which was on a training mission of 5 US bombers, vanished off the Florida coast. അവരുടെ ഒരു ട്രെയിനിങ് മിഷനായിരുന്നു. US bombers, 5 US bombers also vanished off the Florida coast. ഇനി a plane sent to find them also disappeared. അപ്പോൾ ഈ ഫ്ലൈറ്റിനെ കണ്ടുപിടിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് അന്വേഷിച്ചു പോയ another plane also disappeared. Over 100 boats and aircrafts have been lost there by now. Means innay vare about 100 boats and aircrafts have been lost. No exact explanation has been given to these disappearances till date. ഇന്നേ വരെ ഇതിനൊരു പർട്ടിക്കുലർ റീസൺ ഓർ എക്സാക്റ്റ് എക്സ്പ്ലനേഷൻ, ഒരു കറക്റ്റായ എക്സ്പ്ലനേഷൻ cannot be given. Okay, that is the Bermuda Triangle. And the last one is Stonehenge. It's a circle of 17 upright stones called sarsen. They stand on Salisbury Plain in southwest England. The stones weigh up to 50 tons and have other stones laid across the top called lintels. There is also an inner circle of smaller blue stones weighing up to 4 tons each. It is said to have completed in 3 phases between 3100 BC to 1500 BC. No one knows why it was built and how were such huge stones transported from faraway places. What is this Stonehenge? It's a circle of 17 upright stones. നല്ല പൊക്കമുള്ള 17 upright സ്റ്റോൺസിൻ്റെ ഒരു സർക്കിൾ. That's called sarsen. They stand on Salisbury Plain in southwest England. That is situated in southwest England. Salisbury Plain. Okay. The stones weigh up to 50 tons and have other stones laid across their top. In the picture you can see laid across the top called lintels. There is also an inner circle of smaller blue stones weighing up to 4 tons each. There is another inner circle of smaller blue stones weighing up to 4 tons each. It is said to have completed in 3 phases between 3100 BC to 1500 BC. No one knows why it was built and how were such huge stones transported. ആർക്കും അറിയില്ല ഇതെങ്ങനെ നിർമ്മിച്ചു, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇത്രയും വലിയ സ്റ്റോൺസ് എങ്ങനെ ദൂരസ്ഥലങ്ങളിൽ നിന്ന് ഇങ്ങോട്ടേക്ക് കൊണ്ടുവന്നു. ഈ വക കാര്യങ്ങളൊന്നും ആർക്കും അറിയില്ല. നോ വൺ നോസ്. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പോൾ ഇങ്ങനെയുള്ള സം ഗ്രേറ്റ് മിസ്റ്ററീസ് ആർ എക്സ്പ്ലെയിനിങ് ഇൻ ദിസ് ലെസൺ. സോ ഓൾ ഓഫ് യു read it well, then try to answer the questions. Okay, do you understand what I am explaining? If you have any doubt, please ask me.